Okay, here we go. Welcome back for anyone who does watch normally, and for those seeing this for the first time, welcome. We have. Okay. Okay, these are definitely. Okay, thinking that will be it. So yeah, game which for a while, quite a while, seemed like it was gonna be left lost on the Wii U. It's finally here on the Switch. Probably one of the best games of the Wii U. Like, if you owned a Wii U and you did not own this game, it was a sin. That's how, well I view this game is for the series. Because this was, at the time, a big thing to have, existing for Nintendo as a whole, and how the Wii U was. So yeah, I'm happy to see this here now. Obviously, one of the big reasons why it seemed like it wasn't ever going to come. The original version was really built to the Wii U's twin screen setup.
July 2054 AD.
There is a playthrough of the Wii U version on the channel. If you're watching this on YouTube, go find it. Also, I'm live streaming the episodes on Twitch.
Powerful beyond human reckoning. Our planet was overwhelmed. Its surface reduced to ash and rubble in the blink of an eye. The coalition government knew the war was coming. In response, they prepared the Earth-like colonization project, Project Exodus. Interstellar arcs were launched all across the planet, from every major city on Earth.
Obviously, you might recognize a couple of things.
Bravely, we leapt from our cradle, our home for the last 4.5 billion years. But most of the arcs never even made it out of the atmosphere. Only a small handful managed to escape. Among them was our ship, the White Whale. After leaving Earth behind, we spent 2 years wandering in space, searching. We thought of ourselves as the lucky ones, the pioneers who would settle a new world. But our past caught up with us. Literally. The alien blitz was unrelenting. If not for the efforts of a lone hero, we would never have survived. Our ship took heavy damage. We lost control. With our flight systems down, the white whale was pulled into the gravitational field of a nearby planet, its hull shattering and breaking to pieces as we plummeted toward the surface. Since then, 2 months have passed.
Oh, that's cool. Always fun passing it with the character creator.
They never stood a chance. Here we go. It's a pleasure. Shall we?
Ugh, I hate losing my balance. What? Shall we then?
Is that it? They never stood a chance.
Nice job.
I've lost my balance.
Nice job. You're in good hands now.
No, it was bending, Right. Hopefully the stream's still working fine. I got to notice that OBS is looking weird on my computer. Now, I've not actually looked into much like what they've fully changed, but I'm aware of a couple of key elements. Unlike the other 3 Xenoblades, particularly obviously 1 Definitive Edition,
3, 2,
the
1.
the subtitles did not appear on my TV yet. They were appearing on stream, which was okay. But yeah, all the extra content is within the main game itself. There is no secondary game added. So it's not like we're going to play through this, finish, and then launch a sort of sub-game, secondary game thing.
Please stand clear.
You know, like Future Connected, or, you know, like I say, DLC parts of Torna and Future Redeemed. So yeah, that's added in here. We've got new skulls.
Hey there.
So I was reading this summary. There's
Looks
only
like
like a
you're
little
all in
summary
one
bit.
piece.
Her eyes just weird. But yeah, but some new skulls we can get at some point. They've altered some of the progression. I don't know how they've done that, so we'll find out. There's also new characters as well.
Careful. Just take it nice and slow, okay?
I've
Your
seen like
senses will
a
need
quick
time
little
to
flash up,
reactivate.
because obviously it's, hard to avoid certain things on the internet, but there's also some new cosmetics as well. And a couple of other, like a
Your
little...
pod is the only one around that landed
I'm happy
intact.
they also kept the graphics style
Thing I found you.
to what the original was, and not
My name's Elma.
shifted to the full anime
You wanna tell me
aesthetic
yours?
that they obviously went to with Xenoblade 2. Which obviously 1 Definitive
You
Edition
even
switched
remember
over
your
to.
own name?
So,
It must be the stasis hangover. That's not good. Just try and focus, alright?
the melding is definitely a lot better.
Good, there we go.
But the eyes
What
are
else you remember?
much more informative of the twist that happens
It'll
later in the
come.
game.
In the meantime, I'll get you
I
up
say
to
twist
speed here
reveal.
as best I can. How are your limbs? Can you move? We'll take it easy while you shake the stasis out of your system. One step at a time, all right? First things first, you'll be needing a weapon.
Okay, so the melding isn't quite 100%, obviously I guess it's
There you go.
what's
All
close
right,
with the
let's
English
get
and
going.
Japanese. Okay. Yeah, it's just so... So they don't even just do it. See, this is a new element there. Mm. Oh. No, let me.
Most of the White Whale's life pods didn't survive the crash, like this one. You're one of the lucky few. Right. You don't even remember the White Whale, do you? You know, the L-002? The ship we escaped Earth on? You remember Earth, right? Planet
I don't
Earth.
recall her ever calling it the L-002 in the original. It's hard to know. I mean, I managed to be forgetting that a little bit. So, if they did alter some of the audio, it'd be cool.
It was caught in a battle between two
Especially if they were
alien
saying to
forces
redo parts of this to
and destroyed.
incorporate the extra stuff that they're adding.
Ring any bells? Don't feel bad. It's one memory I'd like to forget.
Little bigs.
I know. It's been following me for a while now. I didn't want to alarm you, but we're going to need to defend ourselves. You up to the task?
Get back into the combat system here.
You're not half bad. There's plenty of work back in the city for someone who knows how to handle a weapon, you know.
Can I just, you know, be a mechanic?
Then you're interested. In that case, I might have just the job for you. But anyway, we can talk more details later. For now, let's keep moving.
You know, well, I guess we get to make a mobile suit pilot effectively, so. Clear all the things, because that's cool. I don't now actually get to see all that. Or why is it saying there is a thing? Oh, there we go. So that's Elmer's outfit. wish there was like a filter for the parts. Just be like, yep, showing you. Higher level. Okay. Did it? Oh.
It never hurts to get a little stronger.
Yeah, I want to use this.
Attack at range. Follow my lead. Target in sight. Shadow strike. Nice. Move in and do some damage.
I know! Take this! Down you go!
Scream edge.
Good job!
We got it. Let's move.
It begins!
Let's see what you. They're off guard. Stack them with melee attack. Shadow strike.
Assault hammer! Flame grenade! I figured you'd win.
We got him. Let's move.
Here we go.
Let's see. They're off guard. Stagger them with a melee attack.
I'll make him stumble. Down you go. Present fire.
Target in sight.
I figured you'd win.
We got him. Let's move.
Attack at range.
Follow my lead. Target in sight. Scream at appendage destroyed. Move in and strike.
I know. Take this.
Shadow strike.
Flame grenade.
It can't move.
Realm armor.
Appreciated.
Slide. Nice job.
We got him. Let's move.
Here we go.
Let's see what you've got.
Slide. Slinger.
Nice. Move in and do some damage.
I
Shadow
know.
strike.
Take this.
Appendage destroyed.
Flame grenade.
Move in and strike.
Slide. Slinger. Realm armor.
I should heal up first.
Heal me.
Shadow strike.
Nice job.
We got it. Let's move.
Right at. Going all out.
Now it's
Send
my
them
turn.
flying.
Slide. Flicker. Scream and
Assault
I'm
hammer.
destroyed. Move in and strike.
Flame grenade. Right at.
I can't move. Upper hand. Slide. It's destroyed. Move in and strike.
I figured you'd win. Huh. Attack at range. Follow my target in sight. Follow me.
Scream
Yeah.
and
Nice job.
we got it. Let's move.
Take everything.
Assault hammer. Flame grenade. Slide. Now close the gap.
Now it's my turn.
Right at.
Appendage destroyed. Move in and strike. Slide. Flicker. Nice. Move in and do some damage.
Everyone's safe.
Yeah. That goes down, but yeah, better. Full negative there. Oh.
It begins.
They're off guard. Stagger them with a melee attack.
I'll make them stumble.
Scream
Flame
edge.
grenade. Fire. And don't miss.
Target in sight.
Right at. I can't move. Right at. I can't move.
Nice. Move in and do some damage. Shadow strike.
Yeah, well, I don't have a thing for you.
Come on. There's no time to lose. We've got a mountain of things to do.
That's the spirit. Just don't wear yourself out.
Nice, just better.
can't move. Shadow strike.
Assault hammer! Flame grenade!
Early burn.
Now close the gap!
Fire. Slinger.
That did something! Try toppling it with gunfire! Nice job!
Nice work.
Ready? Let's move in!
Now it's my turn.
Assault hammer! Down you go!
Target
Press
inside.
fire!
Nice. Move in and do some damage.
Nice job!
Nice work.
We're spawning too fast. Quick as I can, they're spawning something. I probably would just move on then.
Here we go!
Let's see what you've got.
Right at!
Nice. Move in and do some damage.
I know! Take this!
Appendage destroyed. Move in and strike.
Yeah,
Right at! Nice job!
Nice work.
is that it? Downgrade.
Didn't have to be like this. They're off guard. Stack them with a melee attack.
On! I'll make him stumble! Down you go! Press fire!
Scream edge!
Nice job!
Nice work.
Oh, attack at range! Follow my lead!
Shadow strike.
Assault hammer! That did something! Try toppling it with gunfire! Right at!
Use an aura. Get control of the battle.
Don't have one.
The rain's starting to let up, just in time for sunrise. Follow me. I promise you're gonna love this.
I mean, the shot of the Breath of the Wild when you open out to look at the world. Great shot. This. I mean, yeah, not from a fixed position, but this shot, great. It probably helps, you know, among the stuff that go on to help with Breath of the Wild.
Pretty wild, huh? They're all indigenous, as far as we can tell. We need to learn to play nice with these guys if we're going to try and coexist together.
So very good in this. There's 20.
We call this planet Mira.
13,
You won't find it on any star chart,
13, 14. I forgot how long ago now.
but it's our new home.
But yeah, went out to be at game for
Recognize the
opening
habitat
time.
unit? That's
Pick
where
it
we're
up
headed.
and then straight
Watch
home.
yourself. That first step's a doozy. We can jump if you like. You could handle the fall. But the indigents down there are another story. Some big, some mean, all nasty. Given our options, the high road here would be the safer way to go, relatively speaking.
Just looks so good.
That said,
They
whichever
look
way
great
you
on the
wanna
Wii
go,
U.
I'll follow your lead.
Just
You decide.
better. From weather conditions. They have made it look more like a warthog now with the turret.
Engaging! Lay down fire! Shadow strike!
Assault hammer! Down you go! Suppressive fire!
Let's move.
Going all out!
Now it's
Send
my
them
turn!
flying! Assault hammer! Flame grenade!
Bandage destroyed. Move in and strike. Scream edge!
Job!
Nice work.
Well, I used to be master.
Never hurts to get a little stronger. Here we go.
They're off guard. Stagger them with a melee attack. Shadow strike.
On. I'll make him stumble. Down you go.
Target
fire.
outside.
Go me. Now close the gap.
Side slash.
Nice job.
We got it. Let's move. Shadow strike.
Assault rider. Down you go. Present fire.
Scream edge. Side slash.
Go me. Now close the gap. I figured you'd win.
We got it. Let's move.
It begins.
Let's see what you've got. Shadow strike.
Assault hammer. Down you go.
Slice.
Present fire.
Scream and appendage destroyed. Move in and strike.
I know. I figured you'd win.
We got it. Let's move.
Here we go.
Let's see. They're off guard. Stagger them with a melee attack.
On. I'll make him stumble.
Slide.
Assault hammer.
Move in and do some damage.
Flame grenade. Realm armor. Great axe.
Side slash. Appendage destroyed. Move in and strike.
Don't force. And one more hit for me.
My adrenaline's rising. We're up against a big target. Buff up now.
Yeah, definitely not taking those things on yet.
Strength comes from experience. That's true true on any planet.
Is like Andreas get into the city and have most of the team. Yeah, item spawning is weird.
Attack at range. Follow my lead. Target. Nice. Move in and do some damage.
I know! Take this! Go me! Now
Now
close the
it's
gap!
my turn. Appendage destroyed. Move in and
I
strike.
know!
Sky flash.
Flame grenade! Nice job!
Nice work.
It begins!
They're off guard. Stagger them with a melee attack. Shadow strike.
I'll make him stumble! Go me! Now close the gap! Assault hammer! Flame
Appendage
grenade!
destroyed. Move in and strike. Side flash.
I like how the other one doesn't care
I
this
figured
thing,
you'd
buddy.
win.
Nice work. They're off guard. Stagger them with a melee attack.
I'll make him stumble!
Slide. Appendage destroyed. Move in and strike.
Flame grenade!
Side flash. Slide. I figured we'd win. We got it. Let's move.
Something more practical once we get.
Attack at range!
Target my sight. Scream at appendage destroyed. Move in and strike.
I know! Take this! Flame grenade! But it never hurts to get a little stronger. Assault hammer!
Shadow strike. Nice. Move in and do some damage.
I know! Take this!
Scream at. Side flash.
I figured he'd win.
Nice work.
Oh,
Ha!
can't get that one yet. Big one.
It begins!
They're off guard. Stagger them with a melee attack.
I'll make him stumble! Go me! Now close the gap! Assault hammer!
Side flash. Now it's my turn.
Flame grenade!
Better the others don't.
Appendage destroyed. Move in and strike.
I know! Take this!
Upper hand. Slide nice. Move in and do some damage.
So,
That did something. Outside top, nice job.
We got it. Let's move.
Ready? Let's move in.
Now it's my turn.
Slide. I'm doing great. Let me at him.
Well,
Side flash. Early bird.
Right at. Yes. Now melee attack.
Sliding. Slinger.
Assault hammer.
That could have dented him. Move in and keep the rhythm going. Shadow strike.
Right at.
They're tough. Touch me up.
You okay? I'm coming.
Upper hand appreciated. Slide. Slinger. Scream edge.
I got a little reckless. Please.
I should heal up first. Side flash.
You should be doing better. Heal me.
Shadow strike.
Right at. Go with me. Now close the gap.
Slide nice. Move in and do some damage.
I know.
Flash.
Take this. Assault hammer. Flame grenade.
Early bird.
I can't keep this up.
Roll harder. Shadow strike. Slide. Slinger. That put a dent in him. Move in and keep the rhythm going. Side flash.
so close. So close left.
Slide nice. Move in and do some damage.
Cool. Okay. Make something to get a. Yeah, I think there is a couple of improvements that could have still been done with this. Oh no, I can skip pages. Right, I need to get the bomb. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, like that. Nope, that's all. Nice set. Let's just make some. And now. I can't set a none, which is kind of disappointing.
It begins. Let's see what you've got. Shadow strike. Side slash. Yes. Now melee. It's my turn. Right at. Sliding slinger. Assault hammer. Flame grenade.
Sir.
Right at. Now melee attacks.
That's what I did.
Side slash. Sliding slinger. Realm armor. That'll be dented. Move in and keep the rhythm going.
Hope you're ready for this. Go me. Now close the gap.
Upper hand.
I got a little reckless. Please,
I should heal up first. Side slash. Right at. Sliding slinger. Assault hammer. Appendage destroyed. Move in and strike.
I can't.
Side
I know.
Take this.
Oh, fuck.
Now, my turn.
Yeah, and get the other teammates so you can get the start.
Side slash. Appendage destroyed. Move in and strike. Nice job. We got him. Let's move.
Top. Yep. Enemy. that.
Use this strength to keep everyone safe.
6. Cutscene me. Okay.
Looks a lot bigger up close, doesn't it? And this was just the habitat unit. The white whale was one hell of a ship. Until it all came crashing down, at least. That's the west gate. It's closed off now for security reasons. But we've repurposed a freight elevator that will get us inside.
Might turn off, change the headpiece
Grexis.
on the side.
And they're riled.
They want food.
We can't leave them roaming here, not this close to the gate. We're gonna have to take them down. You ready?
Okay.
Oh, great. Ready? Let's move in.
Now it's my turn. Move in and strike.
Flame grenade!
Side
No! Take this! Strength comes from experience. Too easy. That's true. Move in on the next one.
upper hand. Appendage destroyed. Move in and strike.
No! Take this! Go me! Now close the
Now
gap!
it's my turn. Shadow strike. Slide. Flicker. Suck nice. Move in and do some damage.
Yep.
It's a shame we had to settle near so much wildlife. Luckily,
I mean, you don't
some
exactly
species
get
aren't
much
so hostile.
choice about where you crash.
They aren't necessarily friendly either.
It's not like you
I've come to
chose
learn that there's a
that
fine
spot
line between
specifically.
self-defense and provoking a fight. We need to walk that line. All right, let's head in. Who knows? Maybe seeing the inside will jog your memory.
Thanks.
And here we go. And warning of the music, of course. Oh boy. Oh, nice home. Away from home. But it is our home now. So yeah.
Well, here we are. Not too shabby, huh? For a giant beached spaceship, anyway. But, like it or not, this place is our home now. We took the name from the city it was modeled after back on Earth. We call it New Los Angeles. Welcome.
For people who
to
actually are in
NLA.
LA, or you know, have been there well enough to know, how they say for these what they were trying. You know, obviously it's an incomplete construction and whatnot, and probably having to rebuild because of the damage.
And so it was that another survivor came to join our band of refugees.
But yeah, like how decent of an attempt is it?
Together, we resolved to forge a new way of life here on Mira. Come what may. New LA is our beautiful lie to ourselves. Truth is, we were adrift, heading into the unknown. Our native home was gone, swallowed in a shroud of light. And our future was uncertain. We had no idea what fate lay in store for us. Only that we had to keep living in order to see it.
You know what this feels like the end of a game sort of sequence. But see, this is new. We didn't have multiple save slots in the original.
I want to take a tour of the facilities to refresh your memory. Let's start with your living quarters. Follow me.
The fact we end up living in the barracks, not in one of these cool homes that are living around there. I mean, cool if we could have our own home.
Brave citizens of New Los Angeles, good day. This is your Director General, Maurice Chausson. Today, I once again come to you with news I am truly delighted to share. Yesterday, we repatriated 10 more White Whale crew members. These fellow pioneers will rejoin our ranks as citizens of NLA, bringing with them skills and know-how that will bolster our ability to survive and indeed flourish here in our new home. This, of course, is only the latest success in our continuing efforts.
Director General? Since when?
For the rescue and recovery of
2 days ago,
all our
ma'am.
brothers and sisters. I stand here truly humbled.
From political aide to director general in just a few weeks. At this rate, he'll be emperor by next month.
Irina?
Oh, please.
Gwyn?
Nice work out there, ma'am.
Right. Introductions. Irina Akulov, Gwyn Evans.
This one of the survivors, Colonel?
The survivor. I only found a single pod intact at Starfall Basin.
Wait, what? What happened to 10 more crew members?
Come on, seriously? Shosan was never one to let the truth get in the way of a good speech. Still, every last survivor counts. You can call me Irina. I'm with the Interceptors.
Me too. Same division. You can call me Mr. Evans.
No.
Or just Gwyn.
Yeah, I'm just going to Gwyn.
The three of us were in the Coalition forces together. Specifically, the Special Operations Heavy Armor Training Unit, aka the Skeleton Crew. I was a colonel and Irina a lieutenant. Gwyn was a more recent recruit. Of course, I keep telling them we don't need those old ranks anymore now that we're here.
You're still Colonel to me, ma'am. No reorg will ever change that. And that's not about chain of command either. It's about respect. You've earned it.
And the award for best ass kiss goes to...
Well, I'd remind you both the ma'ams aren't necessary if I thought you'd listen.
Yeah, I don't just
Alright.
openly share.
We should be getting back to work.
Don't openly
Until
share my
next time.
Discord, and I do not have Instagram, so
Right. We should be going too.
doing
The
my best to
administrative
avoid
district isn't
dealing
far.
with
That's where you'll be
the
calling
main
home.
social media stuff.
now, anyway.
'Cause, I got off it for my mental health a long time ago, and I have no desire to go back. Right. I might have to add that into the chat rules.
There you are.
Right.
Hey!
Wow, let's see. Hey.
Oh. Being on fire, not good for you. We just rebuilt that division, that segment of a couple of days ago. You gave a kid a driving license.
Damn it!
That was a good helmet.
Look, I know what exhaust smells like, and it was exhaust in the cockpit. Just check the ductwork, would you?
Oh, I'm checking. I just seriously doubt. Hey, look at that! The intake exhaust bypass is reversed. Oh man, it's a good thing I caught that.
You caught that? You're the one who cleared me to fly.
Everything okay? It's not like you to flub a flight check, Lynn. Good thing you had a rugged pilot like Doug at the controls.
Still kept two of them Nardo
Oh,
hairpin.
hey Elma. How'd it go out there? And would this be one of the you-know-whos? Cool. I'm Lynn Lee Koo, mechanic and top all-around fix-it gal for Blade. Yeah, well that, doesn't usually happen.
We know it doesn't, Lynn. Look, I know what you're thinking. But believe me, young as she may look, and yes, she is young, she's actually one of our top talents.
Most of the time, that is.
You know what I mean?
Most of the time.
Anyway, you guys heading back to the barracks?
Yeah. Why do you ask?
As long as you're here, why don't I take you on the transport? It's a great way to see the city. I'll give you the grand tour.
That sounds like a great idea.
All right, Doug, I think that'll be all for today. You can clean up here and dock the Skell.
What?
Don't mind the exhaust. I'll take care of it tomorrow.
Don't mind it. Wait, why am I cleaning up your mess in the first place? Lynn! Lynn!
Yep. Why is he having to clean up her mess?
Damn it. Listen to this.
Hey, listen!
Crap.
Am I right? One. Nice.
Yep.
Go.
Not bad, huh? You can see everything from up here.
It beats walking, that's for sure.
The best way to see NLA.
There's no actual
Never get
windows
tired of
apart
this
from in
view.
the cockpit.
It's like a different city every time.
It's certainly come a long way in the last few weeks. There's still so much
So
to
we
be
were up in
done.
the cockpit, or
One day at a
they're
time.
like monitors that let us just view outside.
Speaking of which, we don't really have time for a full pleasure cruise here. Why don't you give us the express tour then? Just the highlights.
Okay, you got it. New LA.
Also for a
is
cargo
divided into
thing,
4
it's
districts.
like narrow doors
We
at the
departed
back,
from
I
the
think.
industrial district, where Doug and I were conducting the flight test. It has food production, skill development, you know, industries and stuff.
It's also where the West Gate is located, remember? Expect to pass through there fairly often. The only other gate out of the city is in the administrative district, but I'm skipping ahead.
Next is the commercial district. Restaurants, galleries, cafes, clothing, groceries, you name it. It's a veritable shopping paradise.
The CD is the closest thing to a downtown we've got. It can actually get pretty crowded sometimes.
Well, by NLA standards anyway. Day or night, the best and only bargains on the planet. To your right, the residential district. Housing, housing, and more housing. Well, plus a nice park and the cathedral.
If you're ever looking for quiet time alone, or want to relax and unwind with a good book, that's the spot.
Right? The park is my favorite place to just zone out and
So,
chill.
that's it.
And
That one
last but
cutscene
not
thing.
least, our destination, the administrative district, the nerve center at the heart of NLA. Note the distinct dual-level structure here. The upper level holds our administrative tower, home to Blade HQ and the government. Not to mention Armory Alley, as well as the barracks where we live. The lower level there is a hangar complex for Skell maintenance and repairs. And this concludes our tour. We will be landing shortly.
Thanks, Lynn. We'll save the rest of orientation for once we're back at the barracks.
Enjoy your stay in the administrative district, and thank you for flying Linley Airlines.
Right. Let's get you over to the barracks. Then I should file my report. They'll be eager to hear the details on how I found you, I'm sure.
Well then, we better not keep them waiting.
So,
The barracks are pretty close, actually. They're set up just behind the giant blade tower here. That road there wraps around the left side and leads right to it.
We'll pass through Armory Alley, but let's not get sidetracked, okay? We can check it out later.
Alright,
Oh.
Sir, here's what I know. Sir!
Working hard?
Hey.
Yeah?
I see.
Okay, listen carefully.
Yeah?
Did you hear?
How's it going? Oh, wonderful.
What is it?
Sir!
Oh!
Yeah. Need something?
Hey!
Yes?
Listen.
And here we are, the Blade Barracks. Consider yourself our guest until we finish getting you registered. Feel free to come and go as you please.
I think I can answer that one. So, you must be the latest rescue.
Secretary Nagi!
Miss Cool. Chipper as always, I see.
What can I say? Pep is my middle name.
I ran into Doug Barrett on the way here, and he didn't seem quite so upbeat. Anything about today's flight I should know?
No. Nothing to worry about.
Good. You sure it stays that way?
Just,
More importantly, Elma, you found another one.
Excellent work out there.
Just doing my job, Mr. Secretary.
Now, as for officially registering our new citizen here...
Why don't we talk inside? There's a lot of ground to cover. It could take some time.
Ah yes, of course. Forgive me. You must be weary from the stasis and your journey back to us. Please, after you.
I'll put on some tea.
Allow me to formally introduce myself. My name is Kentaro Nagi. You may remember me as Captain of the White Whale, but now I serve as Secretary of Defense here for New LA. The provisional government has charged me with keeping the peace, so all military and police matters fall under my jurisdiction.
He's also my superior officer. And he'd be an excellent person to talk to when you're ready to start looking for work.
What about a job right here with Blade? She seems capable.
Let's give it a little more time. At least until she knows enough to be able to make an informed decision. She seems to be suffering from some form of memory loss.
Memory loss? From the stasis?
She could barely remember her name, and nothing at all about what happened to Earth or the White Whale.
I see. Though, come to think of it, the entire lot of us have only been on this planet for what, 2 months? It shouldn't take very long to get caught up.
My thoughts exactly.
Well then, where should we begin? It started at the end, 2 years ago. The end of Earth. The casualty of a battle between two hyper-advanced alien civilizations. Their technology and weapons were beyond our comprehension. We were like infants, naked, powerless. The Earth was reduced to ash and blown away.
I still wonder if I hadn't been there. If maybe all of this could have somehow been avoided.
No one can know that, Elma. What we do know is without you, there'd have been no Project Exodus, and no escape for any of us. Did it go perfectly? No. We are here, we are alive. We survived. So yes, Project Exodus. Once we learned the Earth might be threatened, we needed a plan to preserve all her various life forms. That plan was the Earth Life Colonization Project, otherwise known as Project Exodus.
Those of us who escaped on the White Whale spent over 2 years wandering in space. 2 hard years. But we clung to our mission, find a habitable planet, and settle there. We had no idea how long it would take. Or that the decision would eventually be made for us.
The Xenoforms found us again, and, well, it wasn't a happy reunion. Earth wasn't enough. They wanted humanity destroyed. For better and for worse, we were close to planet Mira when we lost control of the White Whale. Inertia and gravity took it from there.
The ship had taken way too much damage to survive entering the atmosphere intact. We had no choice. We channeled all the power we had left to soft land the habitat. Once the dust cleared, we set to work transforming it into its current state. Searching for survivors, establishing Blade, installing the provisional government. Basically, making it a sustainable city.
BLADE is an acronym. Builders of a legacy after the destruction of Earth. Quite fitting, I think. It's a relatively new organization. Up there in space, we had plenty of provisions, and a crew trained to handle the limited amount of situations we might encounter in our travels. But of course, all that changed after we lost most of our ship and came crashing down here on Mira. We needed food, water, search and rescue teams, surveyors, police. The list goes on and on. It's too much for the provisional government to manage on its own, so BLADE was born. The idea was to have one central organization with different disciplines to fill these various roles. Its core was pulled from the Coalition military, so it's mostly former soldiers. But fighting isn't our most important duty. Right now, we have a single top priority that supersedes all others. The search for and recovery of the Lifehold.
Take a look at this. The White Whale was designed to carry an exceedingly large number of passengers, all of them held in stasis. All housed in a structure called the Lifehold. This is a complete schematic of that facility. Only essential personnel were conscious and active for the journey from Earth. The flight crew, maintenance engineers. And of course, some military so we could defend ourselves if necessary. But the vast majority were in the Lifehold. Are in the Lifehold. With any luck, they're all still there, in stasis, waiting to be rescued. But there's a problem. We now know the Lifehold broke apart along with the rest of the ship when we came down on Mira. What we don't know is exactly where all the pieces landed. Not very comforting, I know. Blade's top priority now is locating the missing units.
Ah, yes. All citizens of NLA are required to register their name, age, and occupation. We also ask you report any personal assets and take a short survey regarding your current state of health. All purely as a precaution. I'm sure you understand. As the caretakers of humanity's survival, we all have certain responsibilities.
And hey, it's not all bad. Registering gets you access to all kinds of public services.
In any case, I'm sure this is all a lot to digest. You'll be wanting some time. Ms. Ku, even I'm tired of hearing myself speak. Why don't you take our guest out for some air? Perhaps a tour of the administrative district.
Yes, sir. Come on, we'll keep this briefing brief.
Network. Hangar area.
You know, it's not every day we're authorized to let a civilian tour the administrative district.
Yeah. Nagi must really, really want her to join Blade.
The AD is a bit different from the other districts. It's got everything a Blade would need, all in one place, without any extra fluff.
Get a load of that scale. Even the way that they walk is so cool.
Seriously,
yeah,
maintenance is
work it, baby. Now this girl gets it.
Give me my
Aren't they
mech.
just the coolest? Just everything about them. The lasers, the force fields, the bipedal and vehicular transformations. You ever have that dream where you're inside one and it's just transforming over and over and over? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Actually, I don't normally show this to people, but I've been working on some Skell fanfiction. Hold on, I'll just pull it up here. 1 sec.
Lynn?
Oh, right. Sorry.
I'm certain someone's written
Originally,
it somewhere on
Skells
the
were
internet
developed
what
as
they
a
think
defensive
is her
measure to
fanfiction.
counter potential alien threats. It wasn't enough to save Earth, though. We were outnumbered and outgunned. Still, just look around you. New LA has gone from basically nothing to this in just 2 short months. We could never have come so far so fast without Skell technology. I'd love to get you into one to see for yourself, but it's not that simple.
Well, yeah, duh. For one thing, only Blades are allowed to pilot Skells. And even then, you need a license.
These aren't toys we're talking about. They're complex machines.
She doesn't
with
need a
powerful
license to drive a
weapons.
car, but you need the
And
license to
they're a precious
operate mech.
resource. We only have so many of them to go around.
I'm doing
So
gestures
yes,
and you
as you
can't
might
see them.
imagine, the certification process is a fairly rigorous one.
I'm sure you're thinking, where do I sign up for the test? But it's not that simple. They choose you, not the other way around. You can't just walk in the front door and volunteer.
There is some criteria. The details are largely hidden, but basically, HQ only allows the cream of the crop to take the test. Blades who go above and beyond in their duties, and for the people of New LA in general.
Oh, give me the mech suit.
So what do you say? If you
Mech
become
suit,
a Blade and work
mech
hard,
suit.
I'm sure it'll only be a matter of time before they tap you on the shoulder.
Speaking of work, that reminds me. Why don't we check out the mission control board first? That's where we take on our assignments.
Good call. Let's head on over.
Just invisible.
So this is mission control. We don't have a dispatch system yet, so Blades usually choose their own assignments. Everyone comes here and selects from the missions available on the board.
And it's not just official businesses. Anyone with a request is free to post here. Businesses, citizens, whoever.
Yeah, it's basically how anything gets done in New LA, so the board is constantly updating. Just about every Blade will stop by here at some point in their shift.
It's like our second home. You'll always find a number of Blades around here, blowing off steam or browsing mission control for their next assignment.
Whenever I get freed up, I'll stop here first thing to check for any missions I might be suited for.
Likewise. And if the assignment seems too tough to handle solo, that's what the Scout console is for. We should show you that next.
Hey, who's giving this tour anyway? We also have the Scout console, if the assignment seems too tough to handle solo.
I figured how this was.
And Elma just said that, didn't she?
Yep. Come on.
Hey!
Ta-da! The Blade Scout Console. When the going gets tough, the tough go to the Scout Console. You know, to get tougher.
If you do end up joining us, you'll quickly realize just how important this little kiosk is. A lot of the mission control assignments are too much for any one blade to handle. They tend to call for multiple members with specialized knowledge or unique skills. This console lets you search for and recruit other blades to fill those roles for just such an occasion.
You can't spell blade without team. Sort of. Anyway, awesome, right? So, you're ready to join up?
Hang on, Lynn. Take it easy, would you?
What? I'm just saying you'd have to be some kind of an idiot not to want to join Blade. Or maybe a crazy person.
Oh, and here I thought you might be pressuring our guest.
Apology accepted. Now, how about a little shopping? And I'm not talking about the stuff over in the commercial district. I'm talking about Armory Alley.
Listen.
Hey.
So this street's what we call Armory Alley.
Blades can requisition equipment from any of the vendors here.
I won't lie, most Blade members face danger on a daily basis. Having the latest gear isn't about impressing your friends. It's a matter of survival.
True enough. And that goes not only for your personal armor and weapons, what we call ground gear, but for skell equipment as well.
You can even buy whole skells. Can you imagine owning your own skell? Huh? Oh, right, the tour. I think all that's left is the heart of Blade itself. Blade Tower.
Hey!
Am I right?
Yes. Really?
So yeah, Blade. When we come here, it's usually to stop by Blade HQ. The higher-ups, like Secretary Nagi and Commander Vandam, will spend most of their day here. The government leaders, too. They're based in the tower. Guys like our new Director General Maurice Chausson, for example.
Blades sometimes report to the leadership here after we finish key assignments. You'll want to remember this place.
And that about does it for our tour. So, what do you think? Pretty amazing setup, right? You can't wait to join Blade, right?
Okay, Lynn, seriously, that's enough. We're not here to make a sales pitch. We just want you to have all the facts so you can make an informed decision to join us, or not. Now that you've seen where and how we work, hopefully it made a good impression, but your decision will be just that, your decision.
Yeah, but Mac.
In any case, let's head back to the barracks. Secretary Nagi will be waiting.
Listen.
Yeah, I think of that. But, yeah.
Hey.
Yeah?
Honey, we're home.
Oh, jeez.
Yes, very amusing.
Who wants a fresh cup of tea?
Thank you, Ms. Gu, but I can't stay long. I just wanted to pass along a request from your commanding officer.
Commander Vandam? Does it have anything to do with our new arrival?
Correct. He stopped by while you were out on your tour. He said he'll come back, but that I shouldn't wait to ask you.
Here we go. I bet I can guess.
You probably can. He wants to fast-track our new friend here for blade duty with a training assignment.
What in the hell are we waiting for?
As he put it.
The commander does have a way with words.
Makes even my pitch sound smooth.
I explained about the memory issues, but he didn't see it as a problem. And to be honest, given our current need for blade recruits, I can't say I entirely disagree.
Hey, it's not me you need to convince. Blade service is voluntary, remember?
Of course, and I would never force or coerce anyone. Well, friend, what do you say? Can we count on you to do your part?
Yep. Give me the mech and we're good.
I knew you'd make the right choice. Welcome to the organization. Elma, she can start on your team. You'll begin training immediately.
Yes, Mr. Secretary. With pleasure.
All right. Welcome to the Cool Kids Club.
Now then, let's discuss that training assignment. We've decided to start you out on a probe installation, just to get your feet wet.
I guess we should back up a bit. Here in New LA, we're using a specialized computer system called Frontier Nav to help us deploy a sensor grid across Mira. A network of data probes that allows us to monitor conditions and collect all kinds of information about the planet.
Expanding that grid and filling in the blind spots is one of Blade's highest priorities. Here, take a look at this. What you're seeing on screen is a terrain.
So this was
that
all
includes
right. So what they're talking about at the minute.
surrounding
This was displayed on the gamepad on the
As you can see,
Wii U.
we've divided the area into a series of
It's not the
hexagonal
whole map
blocks.
system.
We call these blocks sectors.
So
Together they form our grid.
and obviously, when you can also
We
bring up
determined
like
this
some
was the
enemy
most
information and
efficient
whatnot on the
path with
gamepad,
limited range of our
and even your own
Based
details.
on
Like
it, we know exactly where we
a
need
lot
the
of extra
probes
stuff
to
was
go.
on the
Now
gamepad.
we just have to install.
Obviously, we saw a similar
The
detail
sooner the
happen
better, as
with
far as I'm concerned.
what was
The
it?
Frontier Nav probes
Tokyo
can also
Mirage
detect the
Sessions,
general locations of living things in the
Encore. I
vicinity,
haven't done that on stream.
which comes in handy if we need to track down
But-
a Blade or another citizen.
That had like a lot of
Yes,
information,
quite
like
handy
additional like information on the gamepad
So for
screen,
this first
so
exercise,
you could
you'll be heading here to that
work
white
out what
Go
you know
there,
enemies were weak
solve
to, look at your stats more in
and then
depth
come
and
back.
whatnot, without having to open up extra menus
Got it. East of
in the
city.
gameplay.
In that case, we can take the East Gate out of the administrative district, right? We should be there in no time.
I'll leave the details on the data probe installation procedure to you, Emma.
So let's see how
Of
we
course, Mr.
bring it
Secretary.
up.
All right, you two, shall we?
Yeah! Training or not, let's go install the hell out of that probe.
Right.
Man, am I glad we pulled an assignment to the east of the city this time. It'd be a long walk all the way back over to the West Gate.
Hold on. Are we even sure the East Gate will be open? Last I heard, it was still on lockdown from all the high-level indigent activity.
It was, but they just lowered the threat level earlier today. The gates are officially open for business. One of our teams must have gone out there and kicked some furry indigent butt, huh? Seriously? That was you?
Yep.
I don't think so. Those Grexes we took down were fairly routine. Definitely not something they'd lock both gates over, at least.
Then I take my cool back.
Oh, come on.
But wait a sec. You guys fought Grexes? The two of you? Hey, that's still pretty cool. They've been hassling a lot of teams lately, especially how they hunt in packs and all.
Let's not get too excited. Confidence can be good. Overconfidence can be fatal, especially when you're new.
Yeah, you're right.
But enough talk. We've got our mission to deal with. Let's head out.
Roger. That probe isn't gonna install itself. Let's get to the East Gate, shall we?
Hey. Ah, there we are. So, this is basically what we could see on the Wii U. Can't zoom out completely to the whole world, but yeah. This is our map. Grid system. Yeah, that's for a thing later. Yes, every hex has a thing to do with it, so... So, yeah. Yeah, that. That will do that then. I do like the menus do look a lot neater than they were in the original. But anyway, yeah, so we'll return to continue this tomorrow, and yeah, catch everyone then. Night.